comfortable seated position, you may want to try your heels or a block. So just find a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you in this moment. Still find relaxation. You can dim the lights, whatever feels right for you. So we still have a moment or two. Drink a little kombucha here, Elevate Elixirs. The unlabeled stuff. High octane. High octane kombucha.
Couple days of fermentation.
I hope everybody's been staying safe and warm. Well, I think maybe we'll just go ahead and begin. So just allow yourself to begin to settle. Feel as you're sitting, feel the effects of gravity. Welcome gentle movement in your body to find that ease, bringing your pelvis, your hip joints above your knees. As you sit, as we go over the invocations here. Practice out of love for myself to learn the truth for the benefit of all beings. Namo Vaha Sadavaha Swagatam Sadavaha. Welcome, all you beautiful people, and may your path be filled with bliss.
Welcome, friends.
Okay, so continue to find that comfortable seat. Now I'm kneeling. I have a block under my sits bones, but whatever is comfortable for you. This is one of my favorite seating positions, actually. The little meditation stools that have a little slant on them. Excuse me, they're also very comfortable. Anything that we can do to get our knees below our hip joints right here. So over the last 2 weeks we've worked some on forward folding, flexion, overall spinal flexion, and extension, back bending. Just moving the back gently and easily through our last 2 of these yin practices. That's really where we lock ourselves out very often, is in this gentle movement, right? This extension. You can really feel it on the inhale if we allow the chest to expand and lift. Eyes are still straight ahead. And on the exhale, just allow everything to relax down on the sits bones, but feel just a little toning down in the center of the pelvis. And that's what stabilizes the pelvis. So during this movement, we can feel this very gentle rocking of the pelvis. This rocking of the pelvis is very, very important for us to be able to walk, to be able to sit, to pretty much be able to move through space. And it's something that from sitting, primarily from sitting, other ways we inhabit our body, that movement gets locked out in us. Right? And this movement of stability, this movement's required to keep the lower back pelvis relationship stabilized, dynamic yet stable. Stira stuka, sukha, it's not stuka, sukha, ease, gentle, flow, but an alertness in our body, an awakeness, this feeling of vigor within us, even when we're completely relaxed. It's not a sense of needing to do something or to be something. It's just a sense of being. So feel your breath. Inhale, allow that belly to soften. It's really critical that we allow our belly to soften. If the belly doesn't soften, the back can't engage, or it's engaged against other muscles, the belly muscles. And on the exhale, we want to allow the back to lengthen. Feel the tip of the spinal column, right? The tail, kind of sink down underneath us a little bit on the exhale. So today we're going to primarily work, and of course when we do somatic work, we work the entire body, but we're going to focus now on this side bending movement here. Why don't we just try that? We worked on this a little bit. There's a number of different ways we can bend our spine sideways, or bring our body sideways into space, right? We can keep the spine more or less rigid and shift the weight on the pelvis. Allow the side that we're shifting to, the pelvis, to become heavier. The other side's naturally going to lift when we keep the spine more or less rigid. We can allow the pelvis to rock, though. Allow the pelvis to rock, but the spine is stabilized through this. And then the other way, of course, to move is to keep the pelvis anchored, feel both sits bones, and allow the center of gravity to shift the center of the ribs in one direction while the shoulders stay more or less over the hips. Okay, so this then would be a spinal side flexion. And back out. Just feel these movements, slow and easy. Just notice that your pelvis, when your pelvis wants to start moving, start to slide the weight to one side while we're doing that, that's when we're including this kind of side-to-side movement in with this pure spinal movement. And typically that's what we want to do. When we're moving through space, we want to use all of the options. A little bit of movement throughout the entire body is much more beneficial for our movement than a lot of movement in just a few places. So this is what we try to learn, one of the things we're focused on. Once we feel how that is in our body, in the field of gravity, right? The spine's in the field of gravity. We can feel the weight shift. We might even feel the weight shift depending on how we're sitting, into the knees, into the legs. We can feel the body accommodate these two movements. We can always add those two movements together. Slowly and easily. Think about the base, the foundation of our body. The foundation, the weight has to still be accepted by the floor. We can still have this feeling of our body dissolving into the floor and rising up into the field of gravity. So you can feel how, as we're finding this side-to-side movement, one side, the shoulder and the pelvis, are going to come closer together, and the other sides are going to become further apart. See if you can feel, as you're going side to side, how much flexion, or this is actually extension and flexion of your pelvis. Just as you're moving side to side and being easy, relaxed, can you feel if there's actually a little rotation? A little rotation in the spine, just a little bit. And that accommodates then a little flexion in the back as you roll from one side to the other. So you start to feel that engagement in the lower back. And allow that to happen. Relaxed and long. Alright, so let's make our way onto our backs then. For today's, for the yin part of today, you probably won't need a block, but maybe a couple little bolsters. These booby bars that Tara makes are really great for this. They're very accommodating to the human body, and you may even want to have something that may give you an inch or two off the floor, because we're going to take some yin shapes that are kind of lying over a pillow and allowing our body to assume that nice side extension. So you may want to have those handy, but we're going to go ahead and begin on our backs, lying on our backs. Slowly and easily, no hurry. Just come to find the ease on your back. It always takes several minutes to actually allow our body to realize that we're out of the field of gravity for a while and we can let go. Okay, so this is about finding our foundation. And we want to begin finding the places in our body that are soft on the earth, that we feel that are in just this subtle and sublime connection with the earth, helping to hold us up, whereas maybe other parts of our body may feel as if they want to escape from the earth, that are lifting, some kind of contraction or something over time, allowing the belly to expand on the inhale, allowing the chest to expand on the inhale, on the exhale. It's like gravity adding. Allow yourself to become softer, become less rigid, become more pliable, more accommodating, more accepting of who we are. And who are we in this moment? This is the question. How do I feel in this moment? How can I find this movement within awareness? Right, so in somatic practice, we want to be completely surrounded by awareness. Internal awareness, external awareness, this whole body sensation. And we want to be so engrossed with with the sensations of the experience that we forget, that we neglect to tell ourselves a story about the experience. Right? A first order experience is something that doesn't need a story. We will make a story of it, but we have that moment before we make a story. And when we're moving and we start to feel a little tightness there, we might want to tell us a story that, well, I got hurt when I was, 14. It's not helping. It doesn't help at all. Let all the stories go. The stories don't apply in the now. Stories only apply to the past or to the future. There's no application for now. By the time the story is created, now is gone. You're already looking backwards. You're already in a memory. Softening down, bring your awareness to the back of your head. Just notice where your chin is in space. Is your chin up towards the ceiling or down towards your collarbone? Try to find a place where it feels like your face is parallel with the sky above you. So we're not looking up behind us, we're looking down towards our toes. If we open our eyes, if we have them closed, we're looking up at sky, whatever that sky may be. Relax your jaw. Relax the space behind the ears. Eyeliner, let your jaw soften. The bone, the joint right here, the temporal mandibular joint right here. Notice the difference between closing the jaw and allowing the jaw to just relax. And just let it relax. The mouth is going to stay open. And it'll feel like the chin's coming down towards the floor. Allow that to happen. That's the natural state. Posing our mouth closed all the time may not be what our body wants. It tends to lead to grinding of our teeth. Begin to bring your awareness to that space behind your neck. That's probably lifted off the ground a little bit. That arch is a pretty serious arch. It's the last arch we form. Well, actually, it's the second to last arch we form in our body. To come through the birth canal. You can feel into that space without the movement. You can move a little bit if you like. Roll your head from side to side. See if you can feel the space. Sense the space between the skin of the back of your neck and the earth. The surface that is your foundation. Bring your awareness now down your spine from the neck into that space right between the shoulder blades. Begin to allow your awareness to fan out from that space right between the shoulder blades, right around the heart center here. Start to notice what part of your upper back is relaxed and easy on the floor. Is one side softer than the other side? Are you favoring one side? Is one side lifting completely off the ground? These are just questions that we ask ourselves without a story. Pure sensation. Awareness is pure sensation. Then allow your awareness to continue down your spine, noticing where your spine leaves the earth again, from between the shoulder blades. In fact, maybe you didn't feel your spine between your shoulder blades on the floor, and that's fine. But continue down and see if you can start to feel the curve of the spine in the lower back. This will feel different for everyone. Some people have a very pronounced curve, other people are relatively flat. But feel it, feel the space. Recognize that space is yourself. Bring that space inside yourself as you soften your back towards the floor. Finding the length on the inhale. Instead of your awareness on the inhale of expanding from side to side, front to back, bring your awareness on the length. Allow every inhale to make us a little bit longer. Create a little bit longer spine. but a relaxed spine. Muscle contraction can only do one thing. It can bring bones towards each other. That's all it can do. It makes you shorter. Muscle contraction. We walk around with short spines because the spinal muscles, these are very small little muscles, very easy to habituate, very easy to stay so that they're not moving. You're running out of disk space for our sound. I'm almost tempted to run and get one. We can't though. And bring your awareness to your pelvis on the floor. Just noticing that transition from the lower back, from that spacious, hairy lower back. There's not much there. Down into the sturdiness of the pelvic rim on the floor. Begin to bring your awareness down through your legs, all the way down to your feet. Now slowly, let's bring our feet to standing. So lying on the back, we're trying to find a place where we can, I think this will work for us. I just find a place, now I like my feet relatively close to my glutes here so I can actually touch my feet with my fingers. I'm trying to find some place where the feet are more or less under the knees so that as I press the feet down I can feel this instantaneous engagement, this energy transfer from the floor all the way through my legs, and I get this feeling of a gentle lift, a gentle rotation of my pelvis. The upper part of the back of the pelvis is coming down onto the floor and the tail is lifting a little bit when I press my feet down. We did this a lot last week. Let's just do that a few times. Press your feet down into the floor on an exhale. And notice how the back softens down towards the floor. Relax everything. And then on the inhale, allow the belly to expand. The back muscles now relax. The belly expands. And feel the lower back lifting up off the ground. Once again, exhale, drawing the center of the pelvis down, pressing the feet gently into the floor, feeling the entire foot on the ground, feeling the back, especially the lower back, flattening on the surface, and then let go. Make the feet a little bit lighter and inhale into the lower belly. Feel the length and the size of your body expand. So this is just an arch and flatten. We're simply flattening the back down onto the floor, finding that flatness, finding our back in space, and then letting go, letting it arch up. The more we unweight our feet, the more the back is going to arch. The more we expand into the lower belly and relax the belly, the more we're going to feel the lower back lift. Okay, so this is just that simple extension and flexion. Extension is when the belly expands and the back lifts up a little bit off the floor. You can feel actually the shoulders. Whenever something's lifting off the floor, something else is becoming heavier. Feel in your body what's becoming heavier as the lower back lifts and back down. Now let's do a little extra, just a little bit of engagement here, and let's not confuse this with a crunch or any kind of silly thing like that. This is about finding our alignment, finding out the bone rhythm, the muscle rhythm within our body. So with the hands engaged, the fingers engaged, resting easily behind the head, elbows out to the sides. Try to relax into the floor. And now on the inhale, allow the Belly to expand, lower back to lift, and feel maybe the chin come down closer to the collarbone. And then on the exhale, slowly begin to allow the back to flatten on the floor as we press the feet down. And then allow the elbows to come towards the ceiling to just lift the head. Lift the head very easily. Only up like an inch or so, and then back down. Okay, so let's do that again. Inhale. Belly expand, back is gently lifting off the floor. We're not engaging. This is about not doing. It's just letting the breath do the work. On the exhale, allow a little bit more weight to come into the feet. Back begins to flatten. Allow the elbows to come towards the sky and bear the weight of the head on your shoulder blades. Right, so we're not using our neck muscles, we're using our shoulder muscles. And this kind of arch. See what I'm doing? It's like my head's making an arch. My chin's coming down towards my collarbone. And I slowly open up the elbows and back down. Just do that another time or two. Really become fully acquainted with this movement, especially at the pelvis, spinal interface. Okay, so go ahead and just allow your knees to come together for just a moment. Allow your feet to be heavy on the floor, your back to be heavy on the floor. Check in with your face, relax your jaw. Allow that chin to relax down towards the floor. Sometimes it's comfortable to allow the tip of your tongue to press behind the lower teeth. Some people like to have the tip of the tongue up towards the roof of the mouth. Either way, you want the tongue to lie flat in your throat, not to impede your airway. So bring the legs back to standing. As you remember last week, we actually took this to another level, and that's really not my intention here, but let's just do this anyway. Gently press your feet into the floor and allow the lower back to gently peel up, starting with the tail peeling up to the back of the pelvis, just through the engagement of the feet, and then slowly back down. We'll do this just a couple more times. So each time we exhale, draw the navel down to the floor, pressing the feet in, and allow the back to peel up, maybe an extra vertebrae each time. You might notice my chin's going towards the sky as this happens, as the forces are transmitted from the feet through my legs into the spine. This is naturally what happens. And as you slowly let everything come back down, you might feel the chin come back down. Okay, so last week we were really working on this. We were working on this kind of peeling the back up, making this a pure flexion of the back. So the lower ribs and the pubic bone are coming closer together. We're bringing the weight up into our shoulders, maybe even into the back of the head, and certainly into the feet. So instead of now trying to peel the back up, see if you can just press the feet down. And I sometimes keep my hands on my pelvis on this because we're going to want to keep a level pelvis. So press down both feet and allow the back to come up as one unit. So we're now not allowing the back to peel up, but to come up as one unit, and then slowly see if you can set it down as one unit. And so this is the way our back can work, right? We can keep the back rigid and move the pelvis with respect to the shoulders, or we can allow the spine to really flex, and we can peel it up one vertebrae at a time. Or typically what we do is a combination of both. Once again, we want to be able to feel the difference between these types of movement in our body. So when you've done that a few times, enough to feel as you press the feet down, engage, feel that engagement. Once again, it's on the exhale, we're engaging that inner pelvis to stabilize the pelvis-back relationship. So it's no longer dynamically moving, it's more or less rigid. There's certainly a little bit of play in there. More or less it's coming up and down as you go. So the next time we come up, press the feet down, come up wherever it feels comfortable for you. See if you can relax here. So you can let your feet be heavy, the legs bear the weight, and let your glutes relax. We worked with the glutes a little bit last week. Now they're going to be a little bit engaged because they're bearing weight, holding the pelvis up. But now, as a unit, begin to move the whole pelvis, translate the whole pelvis to the left. So my pelvis is coming towards the screen there, and it's still level and then back. So it's not rotating the pelvis or rolling the pelvis, it's translating to the side. See if you can keep the weight even on the feet and then slowly come back and lower the back down as a unit. Okay, so we're moving into that side bending of the torso movement in a different way. The shoulders are more or less restrained, constrained by the floor. Come on back up on an exhale. Maybe a little bit higher than last time and move yourself to the left. Try to keep the weight on both feet and the pelvis level, parallel to the floor. And now slowly let the pelvis down as a unit on that side. And so now we've built this little side bend in. Press into the feet, lift back up, come back to neutral. And slowly release the back down as one unit. Okay, so let's try this again. Bring the back up as a unit, maybe even a little bit higher this time. See if you can even out that weight. Feel the openness in the front of the pelvis. Feel your glutes. Your glutes should be strongly engaged now. Begin to allow the pelvis to translate over to the left, and then slowly see if you can let the back down as a unit. Mine wants to come down vertebrae by vertebrae there. And then allow your right foot to either come straight down or even a little bit to the right. And then press your left foot over towards your right foot. And what I'm going to ask you to do here is bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, and just allow your right elbow to tilt down towards your right foot just a little bit. So we form the shape of a banana in our body. And this will be our first yin pose. Now some people like to cross the left leg over the right at the ankle. Once again, we don't want to feel any distress in our body. We want to use the breath to open up. So begin inhaling into the left side of the body, bringing your awareness to the left on the inhale. Feeling that openness. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. I'm going to ask you to vary your breath, to move your breath through your body in a systematic way so that you can maintain the sense of the floor beneath you, the sense of the sky above you. left ribs expanding and contracting. Feel your movement within the awareness, your field of awareness. Every exhale is an opportunity to soften your body. The shape becomes uncomfortable, open up a little bit more. If it feels like you don't feel anything, invite yourself to come a little bit deeper into the shape. Keep your awareness on the movement. Allow the movement to completely exist within awareness. Bring your awareness to the right side of your torso, feeling the expansion and contraction. Just with awareness, no effort, no doing. Softening, finding ease. No distress, only de-stress. No distress, simply de-stress. Down both sides on the inhale, expansion, and then feel the energy coming up the center of the body, out through the crown of your head on the exhale. yourself to unwind from this pose. You can bring your legs back to standing, your knees towards the ceiling, your feet on the floor. And just gently allow your palms to walk up your thighs towards your knees. Allow your knees to come towards your chest. Allow your back to lengthen without finding a stretch. And then allow your knees to gently draw open. And maybe you can even feel, if your hands are hanging from your knees, maybe you can feel your elbows and the upper arms begin to come towards the ground. Settling towards the ground. Finding your breath. Inhale into the belly. You can really feel when you inhale into the belly here, you can really feel the back arch, because the pelvis has to move. On the exhale, feel the belly draw down towards the pelvis, and the knees and the elbows attached to the knees now are coming closer to the floor. Slowly, easily allow the right foot to come to the floor and then the left foot to come to the floor. Start to bring your awareness back to the soles of your feet. And we're just taking a practice, little energizing of the feet, pressing down into the feet, heel, feeling the energy go up towards the toes along the outer and inner edges of the feet. And feel a lightening, a lifting of the pelvis. And then let that relax all the way down. Mine didn't even come off the floor. Most of the release, the disengagement of the body comes after we touch the body onto the floor. And then the body knows it's safe. And then it can begin to really let go. So it's this softening after we touch down that the true letting go begins. So let's begin to press into the feet. Maybe on an exhale, allow the pelvis to lift up just a little, maybe a few inches or so. See if you can balance the weight on the feet. Feel the glutes, see if one glute's engaged more than the other. And you can use that information from your hands to help you align, to help your body align. And then slowly allow the back to come back down as one unit. I'm going to keep my hands on the pelvis because this is where we want to keep the pelvis level. And we want to exhale, lift the pelvis up a little bit more than last time and begin to slowly translate the whole pelvis to the right. So the distance between the right shoulder and the right pelvis is shortening, and the distance between the left shoulder and the left pelvis is increasing. And then slowly, ever so slowly, trying to keep the weight balanced, the pelvis balanced, bring it back to neutral and slowly settle the back down as one unit. Let's try that again. And just a gentle exhale. We're not pulling the belly down, just the exhale is all you need. The exhale tones the lower belly. Pressing the feet. Lift a little bit higher than last time. Begin to drift the pelvis, translate the pelvis to the right. And when you start to feel the left foot lighten up, go ahead and just settle the back down as one unit. Off at that angle, that curvature of the spine. Try to settle down completely here for a moment. And then press the heels back into the floor, lifting the pelvis and slowly coming back to the neutral position. Releasing the back as one unit to the floor. Okay, so this time, lift up a little bit higher. And bring your fingers to the glutes. Really feel that engagement. This is part of this practice, is stabilizing that lower back, pelvis relationship with the glutes start to translate to pelvis. You can feel a difference in the engagement to the pelvis as that happens. Gently begin to drop the pelvis down towards the floor, off to the right. Now the left leg either comes straight down from the torso, or I'm bringing mine a little bit to the left. And then I'm going to follow the left foot with the right foot. Find someplace comfortable, someplace where your pelvis is still level. We don't want to come into a roll here. You can bring your hands behind your head, but interlace your fingers in a non-habitual way behind your head. Find that ease in your back, that ease in your shoulders, and maybe just a little bit. Bringing the left shoulder a little bit closer to the left foot, and you're always welcome to cross the right leg over. But no stress. We're looking to eliminate stress, not to create stress in the body. So we'll be here for 5 minutes. Begin your visualization, your awareness practice of the movement of the right side of your body. Breathing softly and easily, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Shift your awareness to the left side of your body, feeling the breath. Welcoming a little easier shape if you're so moved, or taking it a little deeper if you're so moved. Nice standing knees towards the ceiling. Feet comfortably on the floor. And once again, you can allow your hands to walk up your thighs towards your knees. Gently draw your knees towards your hands so that your back remains comfortable on the floor. We're trying to keep you from lifting off the floor, and slowly allow the knees to widen once again, keeping the back nice and comfortable on the floor. Feeling the elbows underneath the knees. And slowly, just slowly begin to allow your pelvis to roll to the left until the left elbow does come to the floor. See if that helps you relax. And then gently roll back to a neutral position. And then slowly over to the right. See if, until the right elbow starts to come to the floor. So you've got a little stop there. A little resting place in your body. And we're really more interested in what parts of my back, your back, are comfortably rolling on the floor like a rolling pin. And if there's places in the back that are trying to escape that rolling motion, so just several times, very slowly and easily. Elbow to elbow. When the elbow touches down, let that shoulder relax if it's not already relaxed. I feel my shoulders floating in the air. I kind of bring a little tension to it. Our body doesn't really like to float in the air. We like to be grounded. So we can find that grounding in this pose. And then begin to invite the movement to be a little bit more. Maybe allow one knee to come towards the floor, keeping the other knee towards the sky, with the awareness on the part of the back that we're rolling onto. Go both directions. You can have your eyes open. Keep your head still though. And my right knee's not going all the way down. And I don't know why, but I'm not going to force it. So I'm just going to start to allow the left knee to come back to the left. It's going to bring the pelvis back to neutral. And then continue on over to the left. And maybe you can start as you begin to be able to control your back on the floor. That's what this is all about, is how to engage our back and the floor together. We can move our body simply from gentle movements in the back. Come a little bit more to this way. And gently rolling back over. Now at some point in time, what I'm going to ask you to do is just continue to roll over. See how you can control that roll onto your side. And here, you may want, wow, we're really running out of time. We may not need that bolster. We're going to use it. We're going to use it. You may want something under your head, not to keep your head up here, or we don't want the head way down here. We want the head to be more or less level and the eyes looking at the wall, straight in front of us. So have the knees together more or less, the feet together, the ankles together, and try to find this side of your body that's comfortable. I like to just have my top arm lying along the body like this. That's a very comfortable place to be. And allow the floor side, the ground side of your body to become heavier and heavier. Find the breath. And on the next time we exhale, gently, keeping the feet together, allow the right knee to gently lift off the left knee. I'm on my left side facing the right. So the top knee, just gently lift just a little bit. I actually like to feel back here because this is the glute medius right here. You can feel this guy engage. And even more slowly, let it come back down. relaxation. Take a breath if that's what's required. You can always have the hand in front of you wherever it feels like you're balanced on your side, that you're not rolling forward or back. Now let's do that again. Feet are together. I'm just separating the knees. You can really feel this engagement back here. Try to feel like the knee is lengthening away from the body also. Feet are heavy together. Try not to lift the foot. Allow the right foot to be heavy. And then even more slowly release it down. You can feel a lengthening through the glute here. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now once the knee touches down, that's when I can really relax. I'm focusing on my connection to the floor on the left side. One more time. Slowly and easily, maybe a little bit more this time. And take several breaths. This doesn't have to be done in one breath. You might start to feel a little bit of, I don't know, maybe like hiccups or something like that, where things just are moving smoothly. It'll move smooth and it'll jump a little bit. And this is where our brain and our musculature is not speaking the way they should. It should be a very smooth, gentle conversation. It shouldn't be all snippety like that. Wow, I want to do that one more time. That feels really good. So let's do that one more time. Slowly engage. Relaxing. Focusing on the relaxation. We're really hardly using any muscles here. You might feel a little bit of engagement or sensation. Wherever you feel it, just acknowledge it. No story. And slowly release that knee back down. And you can feel that along the sides of the body, that engagement. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit different movement. So now we're going to keep the knees together, and I'm going to lift the right foot off of the left foot, slowly and easily towards the sky. It's an internal rotation. My whole thighs are rotating down towards the floor. And slowly release that foot back down. Once it's down, let yourself completely relax. And go ahead and bring that movement once again. Knees, so the right knee's heavy on the left. Let it be heavy. Don't try to lift the whole leg. This is just a rotation. See if you can feel as you're rotating inward that the right hip is hiking up towards the right shoulder a little bit. Slow it back down, coming down. I haven't done these in a while. Relax completely. And then one more time. The knees together, allow the right foot to gently lift up towards the sky. We don't want to move into a harsh movement here. We want it to be smooth and slowly back down. But if you feel that little stuttering, just keep slow down even more. Allow the belly to expand and contract with your breath on this. I usually contract when I'm lifting, but you want to mix that up. Okay, so now, let's from here, with your head pillow, let's come into another little pose here, another little yin shape. So we want to bring our rib cage, the left side of the ribs, down on a bolster or blanket, pillows. This might be too high for you. You might want to be closer to the ground. Left arm out. And now what I'm going to ask you to do is extend your right leg long and a little bit behind you, and your left leg long, a little bit behind you. Find a place of ease. Press through both heels. And relax. Allow yourself yourself to relax down towards the ground. Inhale, press both heels away from you. You can feel your body becoming lower. And then exhale, relax your ribs around your bolster, your blanket. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. Once again, bring your awareness to your breath, maybe on the downside. Feel the lift, feel the engagement with the breath. Feel the difference between the ribs on the bolster and the ribs towards the sky. press gently into the floor, lifting your body up. Moving anything that's in your way and bringing yourself back onto your back. Your knees together once again. And just give yourself a moment on your back, and then allow your hands to come up your thighs towards your knees. Allow your knees to come down towards the floor, your elbows towards the floor. And now slowly begin to roll over towards the right side, the right knees coming down, bringing the weight to the right side of the back, slowly as you can, as controlled as you can. Coming onto the right side of your body. Let's see if I can find it. And then once again, want to support your head in this position, and I just kind of like the right arm out in front of me, finding that place of balance. The left arm on top of my body. Allowing the left foot to be heavy onto the right, slowly begin to bring some awareness to lifting the left knee just a little bit, organizing, maybe feeling what's happening back here. Are the glutes engaging or are they not engaging? Slowly, even more slowly, allow the knee to come down. Relax. Right side of your body is becoming heavier and heavier, rounder and rounder, melting into the floor. Once again, maybe on an exhale, allow your left knee to begin to lift. Left foot's heavy on the right. You might feel a little rolling backwards as you do this, and that's fine. Try to maintain that easy, soft balance and slowly bring the left knee back down. This time. Slowly, whatever feels right to you, keeping the right side of your body soft and on the floor. Left leg lifting. Maybe taking several breaths this time to bring it down. And one last time, lifting the knee, feet are heavy. And release even more slowly. Trying to find some lengthening into the glutes, into the left lower back, to the left glute in particular. Medial along the side here. And now, balanced on the side, allow the left knee to be heavy and slowly begin to allow the left foot to rise up a little bit towards the sky. Internal rotation on the left thigh. Everything to be heavy that's not moving, and slowly release back down to the floor. Slowly lifting, maybe on an exhale. Exhale, draw the navel in just a little bit, that point lower than the navel, and you can feel that really gives us an assist. This internal rotation of the thigh. We're making space in the belly. And let's try that one more time. After you completely relax into the ground, take a full breath before the last time. Several breaths to lift the foot, slowly and easily. then several breaths to lower the foot back down. And then bring your left palm to the floor in front of your chest. Extend your left leg long in front of you. Find your bolster. And we're going to set the bolster underneath the ribs. Extend the legs long. Press through the heels away from your body, finding the length and then relaxing down. Maybe do that a time or two. Find that balance point. Press the heels away. And then let yourself melt into the floor. We're going to finish the practice with this yin shape. Total 5 minutes. Continue to sense your breath. Sense the movement of your body from your breath. Let's do namaste. What? Okay, so it's not very tuneful.
Loka or any pretty much anything
Okay, let's do Loka. Can I do this Loka?
If you're a blue one.
We can do that.
Whatever, either one.
We can do the other one. Okay. Oh, Namaskaram. Om. You're welcome to stay in this position for as long as you like. Begin to softly and gently make your way into the rest of your evening.